Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Madhulika Rajahan, mother, author, green energy enthusiast, and a certified Lean Six Sigma black belt expert. In today's episode, we would continue to talk about design thinking and prototype stage. In the last session, we had covered low fidelity prototyping, and in this one, we will talk about high fidelity prototyping. So, what is high fidelity prototyping? High fidelity prototypes are prototypes that look and operate closer to the finished product. For example, a 3D plastic model with the movable parts, allowing users to manipulate and interact with the device in the same manner as the final design, and is hi-fi in comparison to, say, a wooden block. Likewise, an early version of a software system developed using a design program such as Sketch or Adobe Illustrator or a hi-fi in comparison to a paper prototype. So what are the pros of using a high fidelity prototyping? First thing is that it's engaging. It engages the shareholders and can instantly see their vision realize and will be able to judge how well it meets their expectations, wants, and needs. User testing involving high fidelity prototypes will allow the evaluators to gather information with a high level of validity and applicability. The closer the prototype is to the finished product, the more confidence the design team will have in how people will respond to, interact with, and perceive the design. So, once we've done with the pros, let's go on to the cons of high fidelity prototyping. There are many, trust me. They generally take much longer to produce than the low fi prototypes. When testing prototypes, test users are more inclined to focus on comment or commercial or superficial characteristics as opposed to the content. After devoting hours and hours of time producing an accurate model of how a product will appear and behave, designers are often loath to make many changes. Software prototypes may give test users a false impression of how good the finished article or the product might be. Making changes to prototypes can take a long time, thus delaying the entire project in the process. However, a low-fi prototype can usually be changed within hours, if not minutes. For example, sketching or paper prototyping methods are utilized. Due to the pros and cons of lo-fi and hi-fi prototyping, it should be no surprise that lo-fi prototyping is the usual option during the early stages of design thinking process, while hi-fi prototyping is used during the later stages, when the test questions are more refined. So what are a few of the prototyping guidelines we have in front of us? One thing is there that it is very important to remember that prototypes are supposed to be quick and easy test of design solutions. And we have a few guidelines for them as well. So just start building. Design thinking has a bias towards action, which means if you have any uncertainties about what you are trying to achieve, your best bet is to just make something. Create a prototype will help you think about an idea or your idea in a concrete manner and potentially allow you to gain insights into ways you can improve it. Second, don't spend too much time. Prototyping is all about speed. The longer you spend building a prototype, the more emotionally attached you'll get to the idea, thus hampering your ability to objectively judge its merits. Remember what you're testing for. All prototypes should have a central testing issue. Do not lose sight of that issue, but at the same time, do not get so bound that it is as to lose sight of other lessons you could be learning from it. Build and always build with the user in mind. Test the prototype against your expected user, behaviors, and needs. Then learn from the gaps in the expectations and realities and improve your design. So, in the end, we think about the takeaways and we say prototyping can be a quick and effective way of bringing you and your client ideas to life. A sample of your intended users or evaluators can then be observed and tested, and their opinions can be used to make improvements during the iterative design process. Prototyping methods are generally classified into two broad categories: the hi fi and the low fi. In the former, simple versions are produced, sometimes with whatever material is available, which can be tested immediately. In contrast, the hi fi models are generally closer to the final product in terms of look and feel and means of interaction, while hi-fi prototypes can help the design team gain valuable insight into how the product will be received when distributed. Production of hi-fi prototypes can be time consuming and can have potential to significantly delay a project and which changes which need to be made to them. Therefore, designers have a number of different prototyping methods at their disposal. But there are drawbacks associated to both of these broad categories of testing methods. And this must be taken into consideration while deciding how best to improve your design within the allotted time frame and budget. So, with this, we come to an end to this decision where we talked about prototyping, the highs and the lows, the pros and the cons. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comment section. We'd like to hear more from you. Until next time, this is your host, Madhulika Rachahan, signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead.